our last interview tonight, I'm pleased to say, well, it's a little unfortunate. It's only Dave from Carter and Carter. I shouldn't say that, only Dave, but it's the gents. It's the gents just having a chewing the fat, bit of a chin wag tonight. Dave Carter joins us now.
I'm not worried at all, mate. I think it's fantastic. Us blokes taking over. Yeah, that's right. Now, you wait until you get home. Then you're in trouble.
Let's just hope they're not tuning in. God, we are in a world of hurt. The album, of course, is Better Day, and there is a brand new single out now, World Full of Angels. What's the process like after so many albums and so forth, choosing the singles?
Well, this one, I think this one sort of came about as the second track that was going to always come off the album, because when we were recording it in the studio, there was just a vibe that happened with the musos. And you know when a vibe happens with the musos that there's something catchy there. That helped that decision. And then the other thing was that Marilyn started her own podcast, and part of that podcast that she does there is an interview section called Ordinary Angels. So it just fitted in perfectly with that sort of thing. Plus, you know, I think that in this world of ours, it's very easy to miss the people that are standing right next to you that are angels to all of us. The divine help that everyone calls out for usually comes in the form of some sort of man or woman or kid or something like that sort of thing, and often that's the person who you might know, someone you may not know, but just someone that comes along when you really need them.
You know, my mother used to say to me at times, she said, it's amazing what can be solved with just a hug.
Without a doubt. We saw firsthand after the Black Saturday fires here, people that just went and sat with people because they didn't have to say anything. They just needed to be there because someone needed someone with them. They didn't want to be alone. And the power of just being there for someone is incredible.
We take that a little step further in things like Are You OK Day, giving the opportunity to someone just to sit down and say, hey, I'm here to listen.
And in particular, I know that women are actually quite good at talking out about their feelings and stuff, but men in particular here in Australia, we often struggle with admitting that we're vulnerable for those sort of things. I know there's been lots of songs written about it by country artists. I know Luke O'Shea in particular, he wrote that song Black Dog, and it's a great song because, you know, sometimes you just feel like there's nowhere to turn, but there's always somewhere to turn. You've just got to be prepared to let your guard down a little bit.
And it's amazing the way people imbibe some of the music, some of the tones that are in the music, that there might be a lyric in there that just triggers something to get it out too.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Marilyn always says that at one of our shows, if someone doesn't cry, it's not a proper show. What she's actually saying is that we want people to respond to our music. We want people to be touched by the music. That's the reason that we do it. I think that's, in a lot of ways, that's the reason that all artists actually write music, is we want to reach out and we want to connect to people. And like you said, a song can take people back to a place that was either happy or sad. One of the things that I've learned whenever you go through big disasters or even personal disasters is the more that you can actually talk about it, the easier it is to actually make it through.
We have mentioned a bit of music tonight, so that's okay, because every time I just love talking to David and Marilyn. We normally talk about everything else except music.
We do.
But we've had a good chat. I think we've solved some of the world's problems tonight anyway.
Good to hear.
The single that's out now, it's called World Full of Angels. If people want to keep up with Carter and Carter and know what's going on, what's the best way for them to do it, Dave?
Definitely through our website. If you Google Carter and Carter with the ampersand, that's the best way to actually keep up with what's going on. I try and keep it up to date, or even on Facebook. That's probably more news comes out on Facebook. There is a Facebook feed on our website as well. I suppose our next big thing, because our barn concert here in Victoria is almost sold out again. We've got Darren Coggin coming down for that, and Tim Farron playing too. But we've got a whole host of shows up in Tamworth next year. We're very lucky. We've got Judah Kelly, Steve Grace, Kiara Rodriguez and Anthony Taylor, along with a CMAA Academy Graduates Choir for our gospel show, which is just going to be awesome. We've got a couple of house concerts up there too, and then we've got a very special event. We're going to do a live taping of Ordinary Angels with Felicity Urquhart. Lots and lots of things going on, and the great thing is we get to play a whole lot of the songs off the new album, Better Day.
Well, the best thing for us is that we get to play your music right now. Dave, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. Send a big hug from Tracy and myself to Marilyn and tell her that we look forward to catching up with both of you in Tamworth early next year.
And we look forward to catching up with you guys too.
Thanks, Dave. Here they are now. The song is called World Full of Angels, and it's Carter and Carter.